guys, welcome back to the shop. Today's been a little bit of a slower one because I've come down with a bout of tendinitis. Doing a little bit more gardening than I should have. Had to move about 2.5 tons of retaining wall blocks. But anyway, as a result of all that, progress has slowed a little bit on the hot rod. I'm still working on some of it, but definitely a little bit slower, so figured today be a good enough time to talk about some tools. Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the market seems to be flooded with kind of knockoff Knipex pliers, be it the Cobra style pliers or the pliers wrench. I've seen them all over like Home Depot. There's an Irwin version, a Craftsman version. Klein now has a pair of pliers wrench. But most notably for most people, Harbor Freight's come out with their own line of knockoff Knipex pliers. So right now, I figured we'd look at the Doyle, basically version of the Cobra Pliers. So first off, you can see I have my genuine Knipex or Knipex pliers and the Doyle version from Harbor Freight. This is the bigger version and the smaller version, obviously. Reason for that is that I had these, I love them, but I wanted to buy the smaller pair, so I figured I'd give them a shot. They were on sale at Harbor Freight for like 12 bucks or something. There was a coupon. So been putting them through their paces, used them for a couple weeks so already, maybe a month or two. Kind of off and on. I don't always go for them, but when you do need them, you do need them. And I will say, as far as functionality, they have been pretty good. They bite on to what I need them to and don't let go. So I don't know if they will pass the clamp it on a bar and stand on it test that these guys will. I know these will. I actually have done that, but I'm not making a new jig to do this. But I did need to get some really nasty, rusted, tiny screws undone. It was a small Phillips head 1032 machine screw, and this guy did clamp really good, get it on there, didn't slip, was able to get it off. So props to this, it does the job. Overall, the construction is very similar to the Knipex. You'll notice that it has a boxed construction, so the lower handle, upper jaw goes through basically a slot in there. That's really nice. And I haven't had too much use on them, but the jaws have been holding up for what I've been doing. So haven't rounded them out. I've been kind of worried about that. Back in the day, if you guys remember the Craftsman Robo Grip weird plier thingies, I rounded the crap out of those when I was a kid. So they didn't hold up too well. These guys are doing much better. But in general, yeah, they've been holding up really well. There are a couple differences to note between the two of these. The one big one is the button is very different. So this guy, the button, it's a bigger button overall, and the way its spring action is there's a coiled up spring kind of in the head, and then that allows the detent to spring back. On the Knipex, there is a piece of spring steel back here that holds it in place. Both work, but the result of this guy means that it is a little bit bulkier. And also on that note, this guy is a lot bulkier. So not only does the button stick out further than the Knipex, but the actual width of the arm is wider as well. So that means This one fits in my pliers rack better, and this one kind of sticks out. You have to wedge it in there. And then the overall fit and finish, it's really hard to beat the original Knipex German-made tools. It is a much nicer fit and finish as far as the machining goes and the tolerances. And then, speaking of tolerances, the other thing that this one's lacking a little bit is that the teeth on the adjustment mechanism are a little bit coarser. So the Knipex really let you get into the exact right size a little bit better. Whereas this one, you may be like, do I want it there or do I want it one tooth above? I don't know. You're kind of, it's a little bit of a sacrifice, whereas this one is always spot on. But in general, these guys have been pretty good. And for the price point, I think, like I said, with coupon, these are about 12 bucks. I think they're normally about 15. The bigger size that's about this big, I think, is closer to about 20. And that is that's a pretty good price point, considering these guys are about double that. That being said, if you're a professional and you're using this daily and you really want like a good pair of functionally channel locks but better, it's really hard to beat the originals, and I recommend supporting them and getting those. But if you're a DIYer who just needs needs most of the functionality on a budget, doesn't care if it's a little too bulky, the Doyle are definitely good. So they get a thumbs up from me. Yeah, that's about all there is to say. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.